Yes, yes, yes. Merry Christmas to everybody, courtesy of Billy Ray Valentine. I hope y'all all right. I hope you're all good. This is the Prince Patel edition, and we are celebrating the first Indian world champion boxer ever. The king of 1.5 billion people. 1.5 billion people, man. You know? And I gotta say, man, where is the respect for the prince? It's gotta be here. Mangdaddy, he has a 9-inch Indian Corey. Ah, man, this is not a Corey channel. Prince Patel is the Rolly Romero of the UK. Only more skilled. Well, I actually like Rolly. I'm expecting the Church of Girth. I find that kind of girth talk to be a bit creepy. This is not a Corey channel, but yeah, I thought the prince would pull back the Corey talk and concentrate on his skills and his chat, because he's likable. He's a very likable guy, man. Pop, pop, bang. Ask Patel why I didn't pay. Oh, the poor tailor is £50 for tailoring Patel boxing shorts or whatever. I don't know nothing about that, man. More information. Should have tried getting Sonny Edwards on at the same time. Hopefully we can eventually, because there's been some beef. There's been some beef and some chat. And potentially I think it's a good fight, you know? The Prince, Lukman, Prince Patel, is bantamweight, but that's not too much for Sonny to jump. It's a very easy, imagine them beefing on Twitter. It'd be a very easy sell, you know? Oh, shit, blood clot. I lost my hat. Fuck my hat, man. I spoke while oh, shut up, man. I said the Corey starts now. This is not a Corey channel, man. And yeah, Prince does talk too much about the Corey. He does talk too much about the Corey. And I would say stop the Corey talk. Stop the Corey talk. But he can be quite can be charismatic, he can be likable, he can be funny, you know. The speed, Shake Baby 88, the speed, the power was all there. You know what? Prince Patel has a knockout rate of like 85% plus. He stops a lot of guys at the at the bantamweight. Them low weights. What Sonny got? Like 4 KOs out of 21. The Prince has knocked out over 85% of his fighters. All jokes aside, it was nice to see Prince being the first Indian to win a world title. Although it's just the IBO. Yeah, I agree. You know, and then people say, "Oh, it's just the IBO." It doesn't matter. Well, they said me about WBO and the IBF when it first started, right? And Sonny Edwards himself was backing his boy Lyndon Arthur, saying he's the world champions because he's got IBO titles. So why shouldn't Prince Patel be considered seriously? And he's also won the African title, the ABU, the African Boxing Union title. He's won the Commonwealth title. These are real titles. These are serious titles, man. Don't Stevie Trap. Don't forget to thank Turkey Al Milkshake for something. Yeah, I'm sorry, brother. Yeah, I mean, this live is only happening thanks to His Excellency Turkey Al Milkshake. I love him. He's done so much for the channel. Although he won't give me a single super chat. He's actually got a YouTube channel. It's funny, man. I want to see Eyes at Low. He's Prince Patel, world class banter. Well, the banter will only come from the Prince, right? Eyes at Low. I'm not being funny, but he's like the little gremlin. He's like Fast and Furious' little pal. He's a little gremlin. Sugar Ray Robinson, generally, check it out. He used to have a dwarf that would follow him around, and he'd be like, a clown. He'd be like, his little side piece. And Isaac Lowe is basically Tyson Fury's little clown and side piece. But I don't think much banter will be coming from Isaac. He's not the sharpest tool in the box. It'll be coming from the Prince, man. And that's why we like Prince. The Chubby channel has always backed the Prince. If you look back at all my videos. I have back prints. Why? Listen, man, this is a guy that took his own, what do we say, his own future in his own hands. He got dropped by Frank Warren after being signed by him, and instead of just crying and going to local shows, he went around the world and he conquered the world. You know, he's fought in Riga, he's fought in Hungary, right? He's fought in Ghana, he's fought in Tanzania. Who else has done that, right? And he won the African Championship. He won the Commonwealth Championship and now the IBO Championship. You can't look down on that, brother. You cannot look down on that. King Dale Glottheil. Yeah, man, don't give me two weird questions tonight, blood. Has the IBO ever forced a man shoot? I don't know. The IBO at this point are not taking that seriously, but the WBO were not taking that seriously. Whereas now they are. The IBF was not taking that seriously. The IBF was instituted to back Larry Holmes after he got stripped. The WBO was to back Tommy Hearns or Ray Leonard, I can't remember. Tommy Hearns, I think. And this is how they start, man. Triple B. Who do you believe punch harder, Foreman or Shavers? Shavers has a lot of bad performances, but that's not about punch power. Jerry Quarry ironed him out. George Foreman. See, you got to remember, George Foreman was 220 pounds, and he was considered a monster at the time, right? But now 220 pounds is small. And then he came back, and he was big, and he knocked people out. But I don't know, brother. I'd probably go Foreman. But Foreman's a lot of a cleverer fighter than people give him credit for. He used to block shots with his hands and then bang them. But he was a lot bigger than him at the time. Yeah. Disco Dave, Turkey ill shake would have been shaking in shame and anger after Wilder's fight on Saturday. I don't think he cared, man. I think he just was happy that the event got some publicity. You know? Larry, as at low is Tyson Fury's house elf. Yeah, he's a little gremlin. You know, he's a little dwarf, his comedy dwarf. He's very ugly. I don't be mean, but you got to call a spade a spade. And he's no oil painting. Yeah, he's Tyson, the wild bull king. Is Sam Stoller still blocked by Sonny? He is blocked by Sonny, actually. And it was very weird because Sam Stoller was just asking him about batting business, but he got blocked. This is the part of Sonny that is disappointing. When he gets a difficult question, he'll block you. My boy Mark. Prince Patel is complete dog shit. I don't think that's fair, man. His last fix was a fix. Trust me, watch it. I haven't watched the fight. Okay, on a record alone, he has a super KO ratio. He's won the you gotta remember he's won the African Boxing Union Championship. He's won the Commonwealth Championship, and now the IBO. They have some value. I think Prince Patel is. Yeah, he's a decent puncher. What you want to see is a big fight. And the bantamweight division is not that exciting. None of the low weights are. Sonny Edwards beats my boy Prince Patel. Michael Malay goes, Shavers 100%. It's interesting, man. Also, it doesn't matter how hard you punch, you got to land it. Shavers got ironed out by a lot of guys. Jerry Corey's a good fighter, but he got stopped by quite a few guys. I think Walter Santimore, man. Disco Dave. Fury was a good mate to Isaac Lowe. Fury gave him some money, like 300K, to sort Isaac life out. Instead, Isaac hanging around for fights and getting beaten up. Yeah, but I mean, Tyson must have loads of friends, cousins, fans. He can't sit there handing out cash to all these guys, man. I understand where you're coming from, but I disagree. Isaac's got to make his own way. Isaac's made a lot more from being Tyson Fury's cousin. He's been featured on big shows. So, no, I think Isaac's done fine, brother. Who punches harder, Hands of Foam Han or Son Edwards? Well, Hands of Foam is obviously a big, a bigger weight. What is he, a light welter? But he's a bum. He's the biggest bum in boxing. He's a stiff. He's awful. I can stick him full of PEDs and he's still dreadful. At least Sonny had some genuine talent. So, oh, my boy Cabo Watcher, Wagwan, I was late due to pum pum business. I mean, brother, we all got to take care of the woman to keep her happy. But then you put her on the stove. Then you make you a beautiful dinner, brother. King Dale Cog, he likes difficult questions. When will Charles Bronson be released? Personally, I don't think so. Oh, will he ever be released? He should be. His crimes are actually at a very low level. The British justice system is corrupt, is very corrupt, right? They have, I mean, he should be let out now. He hasn't done much. Well, don't get me wrong, he's mischievous and he's done crimes, but he's not a murderer, he's not a rapist. Yeah. Patel is an oil drilling champion. I don't think Prince Patel's an oil driller. I don't know about what he gets up to in a sexual manner. He said he went up to Liverpool and got some pum-pum. But, I don't know. I don't think he's an oil driller. I don't like the way he talks about Corey business that much, to be honest with you. But, I like him. He's charismatic. He's got character. He's a good sell, and that's why I'm a bit disappointed and worried about how a fighter who has got a bit of chat, why he's not a bigger name. I don't know who you're upset, and also you got to think it's amazing. I don't know no other fighters, right, that went all around the world to increase their boxing career. He's been to like Latvia. Right, he's been to Latvia, he's been to like Hungary, right? He's been to Egypt, he's been to Saudi Arabia, right? He's been to obviously the UK, and he's fought all over the world, and he needs to be rewarded. He is he's a very sellable guy, Didn't Sonny talk about Prince having a 70-year-old sugar mama paid for his career? He's been pimped out by someone's grandma. I haven't heard of that, man. But nothing would surprise me this time. I haven't heard of that, man. Sonny and Prince Patel have had, some beefs, but it's actually not a bad fight. Sonny's a flyweight. Lookman's a bantamweight. He's 5 inches taller than Sonny. It's a very easy sell. I like to see it, man. Who do you think was tough fighter, Margarito or Carly Cobra Fox? The problem with Margarito is that he, eventually got busted for cheating, didn't he? Taking stuffing out of his gloves or some stuff like that, or putting plaster in his gloves. So, yeah, it was tough, Margarita, but it's very difficult. If someone's cheated once, they've probably cheated before. Some people say that Froch did something dodgy with the Lucien Boutte fight. I don't know, brother. They're all having Gay J up like he's the second coming of Rocky after he beat the White Queer. This is actually funny, but it's also a good point. Walter Welling, who is soft, he can't punch, he's got no speed, right? His only claim to fame was a loss to Tyson Fury, who he cut. And now Gage is the best of them. Gage knew he could beat Wale, because he sparred with him. He beat him, I think, twice in the amateurs, and he knew he wasn't going to get hurt. The problem is Wale is he's Swedish, and they're very naive, right? They're very naive people, and they think, hey, I can beat people clean. I don't need to take drugs. That's cheating. I'm sure Joshua is clean because he's never failed the test. You know, all this bullshit. So, I mean, Wally was pathetic, man. And yeah, of course, you're only as good as your last fight. I meant Disco Dave. I meant all drilling champion in the ring, African champion. Yeah. It's true that the Prince has spent a lot of time in Africa, man. And he's won like what African title, Tanzanian title. And I think good on him, man. Instead of sitting there, right, and what's the word, steaming, right, on low grade shows, he had the guts to go around the world and fight all around the world, and that's why I'm a Prince Patel fan, and also he's quite fun. I don't like the girth talk. That's creepy. I mean, that Corey talk is an embarrassing way to get your name in the papers. But you know, to be able to get yourself some profile when people are ignoring you, yeah, it has to be respected, man. King Dale, besides Hatton Fury and Bruno, have been open about the mental health. Oh, mental health issues. Come on, man. They're all cocaine addicts. What do you know about that? Who do you think suffer from mental health issues? Well, firstly, the mental health is pushed by mainstream media. Why? Because they are in the hands of pharmaceutical industry. I mean, the only reason Hatton, Fury, and Bruno had mental health problems, understandably, and I've been there. I'm talking from experience, is because of doing too much Yale. Scott Harrison, severe mental health issues. Drink. A lot of that was to do with drink. I mean, if you're going to smash drugs and drink all the time, obviously you're going to get in trouble. You're going to get depressed. Yale is one of the most dangerous drugs of them all. It sucks the life out of you. It sucks the soul out of you. I've been there, like I said. So I know what I'm talking about, man. Cyrus, he's only good at oil drilling. That Wally. He's also doing a decent job. You know, his girl, I can't remember his name, but he invited her to his first cookout. She works for JP Morgan, a diversity hire, obviously. Wally just thick as pig. I just think he's naive. Because he's typical Swede. He's naive. Everybody's great. Everybody's honest. Nobody would cheat. Hey, of course, let's invite everybody into our country because they just want to be like us. And these people are morons, man. And the Swedes are the top of it, man. Dr. FMG, what's up, my boy? Margarita was a plaster of Paris. That's right. He put it on his hands, right? Pamela Lewis was plaster of Paris. Stuffing imaginable. I mean, there's been so much. People are like, you know, oh, of course, you know, normies, idiots, NPCs, blue pillars. Oh, of course, people aren't cheating because they get drug tested. And yet you've got all these stories about people that have put plaster in their hand, right? Have taken the stuffing out of the gloves. What? It's not going to happen. Oh, well, of course not. I've even had idiots on my comments go, oh, someone would never do that. I said, why wouldn't they do it? Well, it was something about Adam Smith. And they were like, well, no one would, people wouldn't lie about having cancer. Are you serious? Go and search on people that have lied about cancer or anything. It's just nonsense, man. The Joker, my boy. What's up, brother? Gay J, looking fast enough at 34 years old or so. Yeah, he's definitely had a good injections of PEDs, and you can see it. He acts differently. A lot of people say his TUE, his therapeutic usage exemption, was not allowed in America. That's one of the reasons he chit it. He got beaten up by Ruiz and knocked out by Joey DeWaco in sparring. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I thought he was. Yeah, I thought it was a good performance, but against someone that he knew, he'd sparred with. He, I think he boxed twice in amateurs. He knew he had no. You watch Otto Wallin, and he's warming up. He's like, boom, boom, slow. He's not only slow, he can't punch. You know, so forget him, man. Tyson, you ever pay for bras? Come on, bro. What's up with that, man? Disco Day of Self Conflict, Mental Health, Bruno, and Hackney's playing the victim for me funds and attention, right? And Fury lied about own health. Obviously, I can't. I don't. You know, I wasn't by their side all the time, but there's an awful lot of suspicion that these guys, you know, they got into drugs. They admitted it. They admitted they got smashed. And if you're going to get bipolar or messed up, there's nothing better to get messed up on than Yale. So, you know, and oh, poor me, I was messed up. I mean, come on, man. You can also cover up for your crimes, man. My boy Michael Maloney in the house. Michael once gave me £100 in a life, man. And I got much appreciation for that. And he knows his boxing. He's an ex-boxer. You know, he makes good comments. As I said before, start fights against fighters that quit in the corner or mid-fight and totally out-of-shape boxers. I bet Milan de Moria lick it up right now. I don't... No, I don't agree with fining people. I don't think it makes any difference, frankly. And it's too difficult to implement. But fans should be more cynical and should push back more, but they won't, because we get served fights that are hyped, and once they're hyped in the press and mainstream media, we buy it, man. Well, he never beat it on the top 10, right? He was known for Gasayev, by the way, wasn't a bad win. Obviously, Gasayev is he's an aging, slow ex-cruiserweight champion, but you know, apart from that, he beat Brazil, who's a bum. You know, he's mainly known for giving Tyson Fury a few problems, even though Fury won clearly, and it was mainly a cut, you know, yes. But, you know, Fury's stock has gone down, in my opinion, very severely. You got any Christmas gifts? Yeah, I got a bottle of wine, and I got my drink on and drunk that blood. When is the Guru of Girth, the leader of length, due on your show? Oh, you mean Prince Lukman, Prince Patel? We've interacted a bit on Twitter, and I said to him, "Listen, bro, if you want to come on the show, come on the show." I did give a lot of notice, but you know, he's. I love him to come on the show. I love him to come on the show. I mean, he may be a bit nervous, you know, not knowing about the Chubby show. He should know it's the best show in business. But I'd love to have Prince Patel. He's got a YouTube channel, so maybe we'll get some kind of. I did. What's the word? Tag him on Twitter without a lot of notice, but I tagged him on Twitter saying, "Look, if you're around, man, drop on the show." Yeah, I'd love to have him on, man. I'd love to have the Prince. How do you manage to look exactly what I thought you would look like? Bro, I can't answer that question. It's a bit too abstract. My boy, health is wealth. Salute, hey, Triple B. How do I avoid Corey shrinkage? Your ting shrunk by a curse. Ooh, I mean, obviously, this is not Corey's channel. My boy, health is wealth, has given a lot of generosity to the channel, so I have to answer this question. My Corey shrunk by 2.5 inches. Right, I was shocked. It's possibly an age thing. It's possibly a testosterone dropping thing. I don't. Is it a curse? Well, I feel cursed, brother. I feel cursed, but not just about Corey. It's just generally, man. Life is not all about Corey's, man. Larry, Otto Wallin's the least scary heavyweight all time. All that. I think I said that, or if I didn't, then I certainly understand what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't get a less intimidating heavyweight. right? Then Otto, the old driller Wallin, sitting there with his pacified Swedish face, with a rubbish body. Peasant 66 is laughing. I love to make people laugh. Triple D would have got Wallin out there just quickly. Wallin just staying there. Don't overrate Triple D, the triple bum, just because he beat Jarrell Miller. Yeah. You know, I thought he looked uncomfortable in the early rounds, but the big, fat, disgusting bum Miller just gassed after 4 rounds. DH. Found are usually crowds, and crowds act differently to individuals. The nonsense showed that. Joshua all of a sudden is superb. He beat Wallin. Well, because, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, he had a decent performance, but look how pathetic Wallin was, and he swallowed it. But they will read things. They will look at videos, and they will read things in the press saying, "Oh, Joshua's back to his best with Ben Davidson. He's the new Joshua," and it's fake. And this is how they this is how they program people through media. If you don't have a big court, Fury just want to fight you. AJ's got a micro taking for. Well, I mean, it's not a Corey channel. This is a boxing channel. But what's interesting, right, is that Gage, every time he weighs in, he wears loose shorts, and there's this sounds gross, but there's no bulge there. Well, you could say something about Tyson, but my understanding is that there's a possibility that Gage is some kind of intersex scenario, and that's why he has a TUE inversion. What's up, Chubby? I'm okay, brother. It's good to see you. I mean, you know, Boxing Day, whatever that means. A boxing channel came up on my phone with 60K subs. Some American had 0 boxing. Well, thank you, brother. And the reason that is all the small channels. So you got, I mean, myself, you got Nordic, you got other guys, and they will get shadow banned because we speak the truth, and yet they will let some lame channel who says nothing of interest, and they will put them up in all the listings. Yeah, I got you, man. Disco Dave, I go to Turkey for Corey surgery to get it bigger for 1,500. Bro, I mean, good luck, man. I hope it doesn't go wrong, bro. Inverse, I only missed 24 minutes of the live stream. Thank you, bro. I'm not dead yet. Chill be there on it. Hi. Yeah, what up, brother? Bitch ticks Franklin better than Wallin. He did. Sad time. I actually think Franklin is fairly solid, but he's fat. He's got no power. But he's tough. So I wasn't that surprised. There's a lot of Corey talk here. Bros, come on, man. The mighty Otto Wallin showed shades of Sugar Ray Leonard. Masterclass by Gage. He destroyed the guy who looked like he bagged groceries for old ladies for him. No, I mean, Otto is just weak. He's got no push in his punches. He's got no power. Yes, he's a southpaw. But he's a naive Swedish. I don't want to. You can't stereotype, but the stereotypical Swede is naive, stupid. They believe what they're told, and he believed they could make it without doing PEDs. And he probably believes the Gage, the PED behemoth, right, was not juicing. You know, it's ridiculous, man. If you have any LGBT fans, we need to disown them. What do you mean by disown them? I mean, I would try and bring them to the Lord and get away from that sickness, man. I was hoping the Prince Patel would come on. He's got a channel, and I tagged him in on my Twitter, which I don't use that much. But he's not here yet, man. I just wanted to big up the Prince for being the first Indian world boxing champion. Yes, IBO. Yes, IBO. There's 1.5 billion Indians in the world. And the Prince is the king. He's the king. Who's the most base Swede, Dolph Lundgren? Nah, come on, man. He all drilled Grace Jones. Come on, man. Otto's a good fella, but nothing puts him above the rest. He has fundamentals, nothing else. Yeah, and listen, I told you I wanted Dynamo for 3 months. This is after I was boxing. This is when I was older, and the difference was incredible, man. It made me go a bit nuts, right? But the recovery, the buzz I'd get, you know, how quickly my muscles got steamed up. And if Otto was on PEDs, he'd be a respectable, dangerous fighter, but he's not. He's not, because he's a Swedish. He's naive. He's a fool. He goes back to his queen. Yeah, actually, it's interesting. In these dark days, Larry says, Corey's getting cut off by the minute. Big up Kelly Minogue. I mean, that's just the most bizarre thing of all time. Even Lennox Lewis was like, this can't be true. This cannot be true. And it's lies, his book. Michael Maloney, my boy. A lot of these idiots think gay weather is the GOAT, right? And then 20 boxers smash Floyd. Terry Norris, good pick, Terry. Julian Jackson. Pernell Whitaker, Julio Cesar Chavez, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, Tommy Hunt. Yeah. And he was very protected. Don't get me wrong. Of course, he was skillful, but he's very protected by the Vegas judges and, most importantly, the ref. You remember, if I ask you, you watch the fight with Ricky Hatton, right? I'm not a big Ricky fan because of the way he went, but they stopped any possibility of Hatton winning, even though he gave Mayweather trouble by, as soon as he got in close, they just, yeah. He's a fraud, Mayweather. And he lost to Castillo and Oscar De La Homo. Dr. FMG, the Swedish men are complete pussies. Yeah, seriously insecure guys considering they won the genetic lottery. Yeah, it's crazy. When I was behind door, I remember there was this Algerian guy. He was Kabil. You know Kabil, he's like a Zidane, right? He was like, man, we used to go to Sweden. I said, yeah, what up? And he goes, huh? And he goes, we get in the club and we see a bunch of Swedish girls with Swedish men. We just steam right into the Swedish women and chat them up. And he goes, the Swedish guys just sit there with a stupid look on their face and do nothing. They're the biggest pussy holes available. And yet they were gifted genetically such an advantage. And Sweden was one of the most beautiful countries. They had a good welfare system. Yes, taxes were high. They had a good welfare system, right? They had so little crime. They had plenty of space. They were very fair. And look at the state of that place. I'm not going to go as far as say you get what you deserve, but if you can't protect your own family, your own people, really, he's the first that's kind of mad. Who are we talking about? Oh, Prince Patel. Yeah. I mean, obviously, boxing is not big in India, right? So, even though they got almost 1.5 billion people, they're not a boxing nation, so that's understandable. Or even a sporting nation. Maybe a bit of cricket, badminton. No, squash. I think they're good at squash. But also, genetically, they're not gifted. But, yeah, I like the Prince, man. He's got charisma. He's got character. He can chat a bit. I don't buy it. I don't like the girth stuff, but all right, you need a big jack. I don't know. Not in my day. Michael Maloney, I ran 6 miles earlier. Stopped in the middle. Great buzz. So you haven't touched, right, Michael? You haven't touched anything, right, for a bit, man. Good on you, brother. I hope you're well. As I said, I'm going to give up the drink soon, and get in a better position of health. The joker Otto can't even bench press a bar. I doubt it, man. Pheasant 16, what's on your face? I don't know what you're talking about, brother. This is me. This is me, brother. DH, boxing is a joke. Especially heavy wusses. Look at the Joshua's laboured wins against White, Fury, walloped him out of there, yet loses to the main guy. WWE has more convincing script. Right. The question is it scripted, and to what extent? It's difficult to tell. Oh, wait, I've got my boy. Oh, my boy Health is Wealth, man. Keeping the channel alive, my brother. Don't disrespect the great sport of comedy. I've never seen comedy. They used to show it on Channel 4 in the mornings on Sunday, right? This is like years ago. And this is part of the whole multiculturalism agenda. And I don't know, something about, I don't know all the rules, but you got to go comedy, 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 comedy. And as long as you're still saying comedy, it's fine. If you stop saying it, you get a penalty. And they tackle each other. Yeah, comedy. Comedy's mad, brother. Thank you, bro. Thanks very much for the $4.99. Michael, remember London back in days with Finnish birds should be Finland ruined too. They're too nice. Again, they're naive, and this is the problem, that you get people who are living in such a nice environment that they are easily convinced to be feminized, right, and to think and to be emotionally manipulated to go, oh, I'll take everyone in. Yeah, it's nonsense. Bruno King, gay J in Dubai, muscular man. Yeah, except the bed behind me, he ain't that muscular. He ain't that muscular. Michael Maloney, I think Frank Maloney sold us off. Right. You got given Lennox. This was a small time guy with no good experience in promotion and management and boxing. And you got given Lennox Lewis. And then later on, apparently, his core had to be chopped off, and he said, I met him a number of times, by the way, and that doesn't mean anything, but I got no hint of that. He was just normal man, quite very short, fairly macho, and then now he's apparently, I was always a woman and I had to get my core chopped off. Come on, bro, it's a joke, man. Larry, listen, Swedes aren't great fighters, really. Well, it's partially because of their culture, which is pretty comfortable. And there's not that many Swedes, genuine Swedes. What is that? 7 million? They're pretty women. I used to do some boom boom with Swedish. They were ridiculously easy. It kind of sickened me, but they also had no character. Pretty. I would say they were like Ming Dynasty vase, right? Beautiful from the outside, beautiful, but inside, empty. My boy Tassina wants me to make the time. Brother, I appreciate it, and I got the message, but I'm not. I don't want to go to war with time. I want to save time. I want time to release himself from the sickness of Boxing King nonce and come to the Lord. Greta Thunberg is Swedish enough said. I mean, this fucking, what's the word? Alcoholic. She's I mean, imagine a 15-year-old who looks physically disabled is suddenly telling us how to run the world. I mean, what a nonsense. My boy Alex Feller, big props to Prince Feller. I love Prince Feller. I'm trying to get him on the channel. I've exchanged a few tweets and that. I was hoping he could drop on using his YouTube account. He's quite gutsy, so I would hope that he would have the guts to come on. But the Prince. Listen, when has there ever been a man who got dropped by big promoter and took the control of their own career and went around the world. And you can joke about this, that, and the other, but he won the African Boxing Union Championship, the Commonwealth Championship. These are serious championships, and also the IBO. Yeah, he did it his own way. You have to respect that, rather than fighting on small hall shows. Swedes aren't naive, believe me. Really? I flew there and met a girl. I couldn't get her out of the bedroom. Mate, I'm not talking sex. Is not about naivety. I'm talking about their values, brother. Englishmen ain't better than Swedishmen. They are better, but they're not that far behind. Mayweather ejected IV in his hands. Yep, it's got tested a lot right. It's another fraud. I do think boxing is rigged, but it's not as rigged as saying you will lose this, you will drop in round 5. But they will do, they will put everything against you, like Hatton beats Mayweather, and people go, "Oh, there's no way Hatton would have beat Mayweather." Well, yes, there was. Yes, there was. He troubled him. And then what's his name? I can't remember who was the referee, but he was corrupted. He just did not let. How could you? Hatton's not going to win if you don't let him punch inside. I'm not a big Ricky Hatton fan. I used to be, but now I realize he's also a mug. Danabo is popular with women. He says, "Really? Come on, man." My boy Health as well. Going back. Yeah, thank you for the 499, but don't disrespect Cavani. My boy Shane Bongus. He agrees with Bruno King. Bruno King says England's finished. Indian Prime Minister, Pakistani Mayor of London. Well, right, look at. You got Sadiq Khan is the Mayor of London, right? You got Rishi Sunak is the Prime Minister. In Scotland, you got, I can't remember his name, Hussein or something, right? The head of Scottish Parliament, whatever, the SNP. In Ireland, you got Leo Varadkar, a Battyman who's half Indian. How did this happen? My favorite Day of Reckoning fight was Opataya Zora. Oof. Yeah, that was brutal. Triple D Miller was all right. Kabayev did good. What is your favorite match? Thank you. Great question. I love a boxing question. I've been a big fan all the time because people know that early on I noticed. And Marius Bradis is super tough and a great fighter. But I still said Opataya will beat him. And he did. And people go, nah, it's impossible. And he did. And I said, listen, man, Opataya's the best. He will iron these guys out. And I felt sorry for Zoro. And in my preview, I said to him, listen, man, Zoro will get destroyed. I said, within 3 rounds. Usually, Opataya takes 1 round just to look at someone, but he brutalized him. And my only thoughts are, at least Zoro got the payday. He gone from Bethnal Green fighting some bum for the European title to fighting Opataya. So, and I don't hate that, man. Triple D Miller. I was very disappointed in Miller. How lazy, how fat he was. Kabayev was probably the best fight because I thought I only put 5 on him, 8-1, and I thought he had a chance, but I didn't think he would do it like that, man. He destroyed Makhmudov. I thought he might outpoint Makhmudov, but he battered him, and that has to be the best result, in my opinion, of the Day of Reckoning. Thank you, brother. I love Michael Maloney. Comedy after rape. Sunday him. Also, POB blowing up the screen. Late night is raving. Oh, my man. This is nostalgia, brother. Which women are the easiest to get? Scandinavian women, English women, Western women, Probably not Saudi women, After the win, one of the first British people Gay thanked was BH for telling the trainer honorably. Who's BH, brother? Michael Malone. Who happened to Panos, Frank's business associate? Oh, Panos Eliades, right. Interesting, Eugene got battered in South London. Eugene didn't sell out. Right, Eugene Maloney Frank Maloney's brother. I don't know. I didn't know about the battering. I remember Eugene was pretty shocked that his brother was like, "I'm a woman. I'm a woman." Eugene was a tough South London guy, right? I don't know what went on there. Some darkness, man. You remember you say Eugene was Lennox's bodyguard. Now, obviously, some people say, "Oh, why does someone that big and that bad need a bodyguard?" Well, it's more than just physical protection. But yeah, I didn't know that, brother. Larry, listen, best Scandinavian boxer is probably Kessler in modern times. Sucks that Ward headbutted him. Yeah, Mikhail Kessler was a really good boxer. He's a sound guy. Unfortunately, you want to know something sick? His sister is known to have the biggest breastises in Denmark. Obviously, they're plastic, but she had such big implants. She had the biggest breastises in Denmark. It's very weird. Other Scandinavian boxers. Let me think. There's Ole Clementson, who I met a few times. Obviously Ingemar Johansson, but that's going back. I mean, they're small countries, small populations. Denmark's got like 5 mil. Norway's got like, I think, 4 mil. Sweden's got like 7, 8 mil. You know. BKM is with Tyan. He's with him now. He fingers his batty. Come on, man. Sweden's an old country. It's so woke, and they pushed the batty gender since the 60s. Yes, but the other thing is this. They also euthanized mentally disabled and backward people, like, say, Daniel Dubois. So you got a guy like Daniel Dubois would be euthanized, would be castrated, would not be allowed to reproduce because his IQ is too low, which is probably not a bad thing. Larry, give Prince some credit. He beat Magadandon going to jail for the colonial belt. Listen, you can give the Prince some grief, but he won the African title. He won a Commonwealth title. These are real titles. He won the IBO title, and he took charge of his career. He took charge of his career instead of sitting there and whining, man. Disco Dave, come on, bro. First time I saw some milky boobies was Swedish weather lady after 10 p.m. Swedish women are some of the most beautiful creatures in the world, but they got no fucking character. They got no character. They are like, as I said, empty vases, beautiful from the outside, nothing in the middle. I went out many Scandinavian women, Norwegian, Swedish. I had to dump some, even though they're beautiful, because they were so lame. Danish girls are a bit different. Danish girls got a bit more character, actually. Danish girls I like. Michael Malone. I reckon Opataya could beat the heavyweights. He's got that killer instinct. This is the big question, right? And number one, there's not a lot coming up in the heavyweight division, right? Is there? What do you got after most of these top guys are over 35. Gage is 33, Tyson's 35, Zhang's 40, Ogovich 31. That, there has to be a new a generation moving up. But who is that? Richard Torres Jr. I like him. He's exciting. He's a good character. He does ballet, which is a bit creepy. There's Jared Anderson. I don't really rate him. I think Prince Charles Martin would have beat him. There's Jalolov. That's the main man. And there's not much else. So, yeah, there's a chance for Opataya to move up. I would like to see Opataya clean up the cruiserweight division. Bash up Okoli, CBS, who I like, but he wouldn't stand a chance against Opataya. Who are the other guys? Who's the so-called Swedish guy, the black guy? What's his name? Anyway, he's rubbish. He's not rubbish, but he's old. I'd like to see Opataya clean up, like Usyk, clean up the cruiserweights and then move on. My only issue is, is his frame big enough for the heavyweights? DH, Sweden's an odd place. Imagine having to look at alcohol through a glass screen and tell you what you want. Like you want a prize or something. Well, that sounds like Compton, man. You know, the Korean shops are all glass. But yeah, it is super expensive alcohol in Sweden. They go on trips, I think, ferry trips to Denmark just to buy cheap alcohol. But every Swedish man I've met, you know, and you got to imagine these guys, in some ways, won the genetic lottery. They just sit there with a stupid look on their face, right? Pathetically allowing people to abuse their women, you know. Michael Maloney, yes, brother. As a Londoner of Irish said, I love Irish people. I got a lot of Irish fans, you know. The unvoted angers me more than Khan and Sunak. The unvoted angers me more than Khan and Sunak. I'm trying to understand that. You mean the people that are put in position who are not voted? There's something to be said about that, but the whole process of, you know, voting is a illusion of choice. It's an illusion of choice. You're only allowed to vote for a few people, and they're only representing the big bankers, man. Michael Maloney, Zora ain't bum, Optai's killer. I'm not saying Zora's a bum, brother, but I'm saying he was European level, and Optai is a killer. You know, it was a cruel match. It was a cruel match. I hope Zora got paid well. He had a limited amateur career. You know, I got no hate, Zora. He actually commented on the channel, you know. But you can't go from fighting Lucas Doltensi at Bethnal Green to fighting the best. Optai, and until I'm proved wrong, I will say, and I have said, he is one of the best pound for pound fighters. And people say, oh, he hasn't beaten him. Well, he beat Maris Bradis, who's a super fighter, by the way. Right? And it's not so much that. Yeah, he has got big names. There's not that many big names of Cruiser, but it's the way he did it. And you look at his footwork, the accuracy of his punches, the speed, the power, the violence, right? And I don't know, it's something in his eyes. You look in his eyes and you're like, this guy's serious, man. And he can take a punch, brother. Oh, inversion BH was behind me. Ben behind me, honey. Triple B. I don't know if you was a WWF fan, but in 1999, wrestler Owen Hart died, right, during a tragic accident. His men dropped from the ceiling. Many said they've seen a video, but some say it doesn't exist. I've looked into this. I wasn't a massive WWF fan when I was 999, but when I was young, I liked it. But we didn't have in my house like Sky, so I used to watch WCW, you know, instead. But I remember the Owen Hart death. I've tried to find a video, you know, and I'm a very good researcher. I haven't found, right, a tape that is believable. No, I haven't. And a lot of that is because this was back in the day. Apparently, it was before the main event, so it wasn't on national TV. The only people filming were basically the cameras for whatever channel was filming the program, and they apparently destroyed the tape. I don't believe they would. I think it's got to be somewhere, but no, I haven't seen it. I've seen pictures of him, you know, at the top, and pictures of him at the bottom. So when he fell from the top to the bottom, but I haven't seen the whole video. But I mean, WWF, WWE, whatever you call it, is crazy, man. If you see there's a, I think it's called The Dark Side of the Ring. Man, it's crazy. Chris Benoit. Oh man, it's crazy. Do you think there's a video of Olden Hall? Like I said, yes, somewhere, but it's hidden. Froch is foolishly claiming that Calzaghe dodged him. He reckons he KO'd Joe, whatever. He's so egotistical. He hates other British fighters, especially who are, who are successful. The thing about Froch is there's a part of him that is quite funny, and but basically he was a bit of a nerd, right? I know people in the England camp with him, and apparently he used to cry. Seriously, a tough guy like that used to cry and refuse to spar, right? Because he couldn't take it in his guts. And before the big, this is what you see him, right? With George Groves, when George Groves is making fun of him, he's almost crying. And it's a shame. He's got a very successful empire in property. He's got a slut, but a good-looking girlfriend. Yeah, he's a bit of a mug, but there's part of me that likes him, man. KJ winning with all the white men around him. He is soft. He doesn't feel well in the US around the blacks. So, he pretends to be from the streets. I don't care who he hangs out with. Most of his crew are muscular black men, but now he's got Ben Davison and Ben behind me, you know. Larry, Joe was a level above Frost. I believe so. The other thing about Joe Calzaghe is that out of all the fighters, people ask me sometimes, was he clean? Yeah. I believe Calzaghe trained in a shack. He had no access to drugs. Look at his body. He didn't even look like an athlete. Imagine if he was juicy. Let me tell you, as I said, I did Dynamo, and the difference is like 30 to 40% of strength, of speed, of recovery, of violence. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, for me, I'm a Joe Calzaghe fan. Greatest, one of the greatest of all time, no doubt. Disco Dave, I know what you mean. I've come across nice females in the past. Just cardboard box personality, boring. I'm not saying about East European females. Nice looks, no personality. I didn't go out with that many Eastern Europeans, but Scandinavian women, well, at least from, I smashed Iceland, I smashed Norway, I smashed Sweden, I smashed, no Finland, but I don't think that's Scandinavia. I smashed Denmark. The only ones that had character were Danish women. Badu Jack, that's the guy I'm talking about, the cruiserweight who's allegedly from Sweden. Yeah, that's the guy, man. Michael, £10 a beer in Norway. Blood clot. Apparently, it's more expensive in Sweden. It's insane, man. Insane. King Dale Clark. I know. I haven't read this, but I know it's going to be a difficult. If you give me a super chat, bro. Yeah, if you was getting stalked online by some guy, well, who seems obsessed with you, messaging you all the time, finds out where you live and personal details, how serious would you take it? Firstly, I don't know why a guy would be stalking to me. I mean, I've had people threaten me. I've had people say they know where I lived. As I said, like Sonny Edwards tried to dox me. Spencer the Bum Fear and Max Pussy Old Jenkins. The point is, mate, most people do nothing. They do nothing. The likelihood of something coming up and actually, turn up at your door is almost zero. So I don't give a shit, man. Prince D, yes, Chubby, God bless you. God bless you too, my brother. Great to see you. How do you rate the Dead Reckoning out of 10? I thought it was a decent show. There's some decent fights. There was upsets. There was some violence. There was interest. 7 out of 10, I think, is reasonable. Because 7 out of 10, I think, is reasonable score. Yeah. Larry, my boy Larry. Optime absolutely has talent to become multi-weight world champion. We could definitely see him compete with guys like Usyk or Gage. Usyk and Deontay Wilder actually have been the two fighters that proved that you can compete without being a super heavyweight. Wilder because of his punch. Although I've got to be honest with you, man, his last fight, and even when he's hitting the bag, he seemed weak, man, weak. But they've achieved a lot. However, there's still a disadvantage. We've had the Bridgerweight weight division installed. I think WBC and WBA. Could Optai win that? Of course. Could he win the heavyweight? Yeah. I'd like to see. My only worry is his frame is not that big. His frame is not that big. And this may cause problems. But, you know, when you're going up against a 285-pound Zhilei Zhang, you've got to be at a disadvantage if you're 220 pounds, man. Bradis gave Usyk a good fight. Optai can move up 100%. Bradis was a super fighter. He did give Usyk a great fight. You know, he knocked out Manuel Char as a heavyweight, even though he's a cruiserweight. He's flattened him, face down, ass up. I love Bradis, you know. But, yeah, Optai can move up 100%. I believe so. The question is, can he beat those super heavyweights, man? Dr. FMG, female genital mutilation. I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic. Optai fights with a motivation that is Samoan, Brotherhood of Fighters. Were turned into journeyman, got jobbed in the card and ripped in person. I don't know about that, brother. There's been plenty of. I mean, there's not that many Samoans, you know. It's not a huge racial group. He's also half. His mother is white, Australian. We have David Tua, but I don't think David Tua was jobbed. So no, I'm not buying that. I just think that, you know, Samoans are big, strong. They say don't mess with the islanders, bro. Don't mess with the islanders. You know what I'm saying? Fijians or Samoans, but they're a very small population. You know that. Oh, Disco Dave, WCW on Saturday afternoons. My man, you remember that was a pound on that show, WWF? Yeah, but it did the job. Was WCW was pound on that show. Ultimate. They still had some good fighters. You know, you remember the Steiner brothers and stuff like that. Do I remember Big Daddy and Giant Haystacks? Yeah, and I believe that shit, embarrassingly. You know, the reason Sweden barely had any lockdowns, yeah, that was interesting, was because they didn't need to destroy their economy since they already had digital currency and microchips already. Some Swedes already got chips. Yeah, man, there's some they've already put in the mark of the beast. Correct, but I also think it was a test to see for the world leaders, the NWO, to test. First, compared to other nations that had lockdowns. Pierce, my boy Pierce in the house. Chris Benoit was an occult sacrifice from WWE, right? And non-satanic wrestler Kevin Sullivan, whose ex-wife is married to Benoit at time of matters. I don't know enough about that, but I do know that all these big promotions, right, are sick, right? They are controlled, and it doesn't surprise me, right? Alex Belotti, evening chaps. To be fair, I stopped watching wrestling by attending WrestleMania. Amazing lads. I mean, it must have been a big, what's called? It must have been a big performance and quite exciting. I mean, those guys bust their ass. Yeah, it's scripted, but you know, what they do smashes their body up. Watch the, like I said, dark side of the ring, man. Michael, I need John McDermott to come out. I always liked John McDermott. He was fat, but he was a real fighter. And you know, he definitely did not do no PEDs. I seen him in the gym actually get bashed up by Ali Adams, but who fought Ole Harrison. But yeah, I love John McDermott. You gotta love fat heavyweights. My boy Sly T in the house. Yo, Chubby, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, brother. It's great to see you, man. My boy Shane Bongos is on or was on. Yeah, I hope he's well. It's great to see my peeps here in the house. inversion. Patel's a new Usyk, a good cruiserweight prospect, potentially moving up to heavyweight. I agree 100%. People say I'm a bit of a Patel fanboy, but why shouldn't I be? You know, how many rounds has he lost? And I pegged him from the beginning. And you look at his footwork as well. That's the most impressive thing. Even though he's small, even for a cruiserweight, he's quite small. You remember that Jordan Thompson towered above him, but he would just, his footwork, he would just move back and forth and bam, bang. Oh, yeah, it was impressive, man. I don't want to be a fanboy, but David too was Samoan, I believe. Yeah, the best heavyweight never to become a champion. That's arguable. There's a lot of people you could put in that. Tua was probably a bit greedy with food. He was super tough. He did get dropped by Monty Barrett very badly in the last round of a fight. He got knocked out by Felix Savon in the amateurs quite badly, but he was a kid then. Yeah, David Tua was super. I wouldn't say the best never to become a champion. Who else could you say? To me, Jerry Cooney. Jerry Cooney was so talented, but he had no faith in himself. He had a yayo problem. He had a drink problem. He had a management problem. Yeah, I like Jerry Cooney, man. Pierce. There are tribes in Angola where men offer their wives to strangers of the village for the night while asleep outside. Well, I've heard this kind of degeneracy, but that doesn't make it okay. I mean, it's good. It's got to be sick to be a cuckold, man. Alex Bellotti, the best fighters are fights you never heard about. They get ruined by the Davids and Johns. Couldn't handle their attitudes. There's a certain amount of truth in that, in the sense that they will push people that they control and like, and they will look at Prince Patel. They've hidden him. Even though they can make money out of him. He's not the best example, but they will definitely push in the media and in big fights people that are representing them, promoting them. Stop. Super shekel. I haven't seen this. I haven't used this for a bit. If anyone wants to drop me a super shekel, much love. Happy Boxing Day. Where's my Plap! Wow, that was awesome. I haven't used this in a bit, man. Pierce, the chips were all on the right hand for the test runs in Sweden too. That's right. They were just using them and testing. Thank you, brother. I don't think Matthew Perry's death was suspicious, of course. Listen, I've known a lot of people in my life. I've known a lot of drug addicts. I've known no one want to die. I mean, that doesn't mean that they don't, obviously. Doing a lot of drugs can be dangerous. But so many of these, right, famous people die from suicide, from drug overdoses, from accidents. You've got to be suspicious. Pierce, hope you had America's tribute. Yeah, thank you, brother. And you too. I did. I had turkey, which is traditional, but it was really well cooked, bro. It was beautiful. I did a lot of socializing. Usually I stay in the basement, bro. Michael Maloney, Steve Collins was hard as F. Yes, I don't think he was that great a fighter, but he was mentally so strong. And he went over to America. You remember, he went over to America and he fought Tony Thornton. He fought a bunch of tough guys and he kept on coming back. And he stopped Eubank and Ben, admittedly at the end of their career. But I still believe that Joe Kazaki would have stopped him. And that was a fight that was meant to happen, but it didn't. Dr. FMG. I've sparred Samoans for years. Must have unknown joined him. Look at Joe Parker's fight for Keenan. It was Samoan. Give his pal a payday. I mean, you know, Samoans just people. I'm sure like some of them are lazy. Some of them like to get their drink on. You know, some of them rather eat and fight. But Samoans are big, aren't they? They are big. But you spoke about the Satanist Crowley, Alistair Crowley, you mean, right? Before, who wasn't known to perform magic. Do you think people can perform real magic? I don't. Good question. Always with the difficult questions, King Dale. I believe that it's possible to invoke some dark forces, right, and manipulate reality. To summon demons. Yeah, I believe summon demons. But you can't control the world. Only God can do that. I got my boy Shane Bongos. Every time my boy Shane supports the channel, this is becoming the Shane Bongos channel. Believe that. 333. Thank you, brother. You know, I'm always freaked out by your choice of numericals. But yeah, great to see you, brother. Thank you, man. I love the Apu. The Apu. I love the Apu. If you know about things, you know that that's an Apu. An Apu, he presents warmth. Yeah. So yeah, it's great to see my boy Shane. Didn't Patel go out his way to fight bum German Africa? Well, yes, you can say that. But also he won the African Championship. He won the Commonwealth Championship. And now the IBO. And he managed, imagine taking control of your own career like that. He has to be given credit, man. Boxing coaches and promoters rely on dumb fighters they can control. Look at that poor Spaz Conor Benn. I don't think Conor Benn is the best choice. If you look at the 70s, 60s, and 80s, how Mickey Duff and people like that controlled. There was not many TV channels. There was like BBC One, 2, ITV, right? And if you wanted to go on those channels and be known, you had to sign with Mickey Duff, and it was one of the most sickening, right, monopolies. And they got, you know, it was to these fighters. You sign with us, you're not going to make it. And if you sign with us, well, we won't give you much money. Mickey Duff's story is sickening. My boy Shane in the house. I have weed, lager, and red wine. I quite like red wine. It's kind of mellow buzz, isn't it? I haven't got greens. I haven't had greens for a bit. I either don't drink or I drink. If I do drink, I do lager in the day and then move on to the wine. But I've been having a very painful gut, so I go for white. But great to see you, Shane. Slide Teen, my boy Shane's pal. Thank you also for the buy me a coffee kindness. Yeah, if you want to give some love, there's buy me a coffee, there's Cash App, there's Super Chat. But thank you, brother. You gave me some kind love, and there's the respect. Yeah, I don't know what people think about the Adam Smith thing. I'm still thinking he looks skinny recently, but I'm still very suspicious. Oh, the Black Caller. Remember to follow my boy, the Black Caller's channel. He's funny. He's original. He's got a deep voice. Big up to him. You hope you had a good Christmas. Thank you, my brother. Yeah, it was quite nice, to be honest with you. I had I had a nice dinner with slight normies, but I tried to hold my tongue, it's difficult. But yeah, thank you, brother. I hope you're well. Well, so remember to look at my boy, the Black Caller's channel, man. Michael, Collins was dumb. He wouldn't fight Kazagi for peanuts. Is that the reason he gave? Because he retired after that, didn't he? Larry, magic exists, but not the way people think. Right, there's illusionists and people could make you go insane. some of the stuff you see is nuts. And I used to think it was all deception, and some of it is at the low level. But sometimes I think there's darker things at work, man. I enjoyed the Shane Slighty. I enjoyed the Shane Mogos Corey story. Come on, brother. What did he say, man? Larry, listen, Collins was incredibly tough, certainly. The guy was all heart, certainly. They don't make him that tough these days. I think there are guys, but Collins was he wasn't that hard punching. He wasn't very quick. He wasn't the best boxer, but his mentality was very strong. It's like the young Persian. I can't remember this story, man. I'm Black Collar. I'm with Shane. I got weed. Enjoy yourselves, you know what I'm saying, man. It's cool to chill out and stuff, man. Oh, my boy, Black Collar, thank you, brother. Should be always showing love. Yeah, man. You have to, man. The best channels are the small channels, the real channels that talk reality. I have a sense of humor. That don't sit there, you know, on the rail tracks presenting predictable, boring stuff. So, yeah, thank you, brother. It's great to see you, man. Michael Maloney, my boy. Who's breeding the cows? Michael loves women. and, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Michael loves women, man. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Much love. No homo. But, yeah, thank you guys so much. My boy MJ Boxing 82, another pal, another good small channel. Check him out. Big video coming soon. Looking forward to it, brother. I hope it's good. Black Collar. A Black Collar's funny, man. Because Time, you know, he calls out Time Time Booth all the time. And Time Booth gets uncomfortable. Because you got some negative black energy. But it's also like, yeah, we had a Black Collar on the show. But when Time's like, I don't know, man. You see him get nervous, brother. It's funny, man. Oh, Randall Tex Cobb was 100% arching. I mean, incredible. And I love those guys like Chevalo, Tex Cobb. You know, and they're not the best fighters. Tex Cobb didn't have. I think he stopped earning shavers. So don't get me wrong. He's got good wins, but he's not a huge puncher. He's a bit slow. I think he did kickboxing too. But you know, his guts, his heart, his character. He's a very funny guy. Like I said, I got a book here I bought when I was young called Boxing Quotations. And there's a special Randall Tex Cobb. Let's see if I can find it. I'll find a quote. There's a special Randall Tex Cobb chapter. Oh, here it is. Okay. It's called Call on the Cobb. This is Randall Tex Cobb. All I want to do is hit somebody in the mouth. It's a whole lot easier than working for a living. Don't make anything noble out of what I do. Yeah, he's very honest, man. That's not necessarily the best quote, but I'd love to fight Jerry Cooney, he says. But I have my price, 25 cents and a loose woman. I don't know, man. This is back in the day, man. He was always good. If David Price's chin was made of cheap glass, how far could he have gone? And that's a super question. Price had height, long arms, power. He knocked out Gage in sparring. Yeah, his chin was terrible. He had a pea head. He had a small head. He just couldn't take it. And once you lose your confidence, you're just not the same. Povetkin, when Povetkin knocked him out, that was ugly, man. How far could he have gone? I think if he had faith in his chin, a good chin, heavyweight champion. Did you try all drilling once? No, 3 times. 3 times I did some more drilling. Like Son Edwards or Ivan Drago or Caleb Plant. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't my thing, but you know, these girls were, they're up for it. I was in the club, you know. They sidled up to me. They let it be known they wanted some oil drilling. So I took care of business. I don't like that anymore, by the way. Find us a quote from page 33 of the book. Well, that's quite random, but I like it, man. So I'm going to do it, man. It sounds a bit Masonic, brother. Sly. I'm slightly worried. Okay, this is the one. Gene Fulmer, after his knockout by Sugar Ray Robinson. People tell me it was a great left hook, but I wouldn't know. I never saw it. At least he's honest. I love honesty, man. What else is there, man? Mike Weaver, ex-WBA heavyweight champion. I just got caught by a good shot I didn't see coming. My head was clear, but my legs said stay down. I mean, all these quotes are quite interesting. Some of them are really funny. You get Jerry Coetzee. The best quote. The best quote is this one. It's Jerry Coetzee going, you know, I'm not. Jerry Coetzee was South African, right? A white South African, and he says something like, you know, I don't like to talk about racism. I don't mind who people are. I just call a spade a spade. To me, that's a good one. Black Caller, yeah, he gets paranoid because I exposed Hex. Yes, you did, brother. And when I'm not trying to catch him out, he's got his guard on. Yeah, the Black Caller, man. It makes time move nervous, brother. But you know, Hex was exposed as a wrong one. So, you know, it's good that happened. Andrei Rudenko, random name. Sonny not built for girthquakes. I don't know the guy talk, man. I remember Agent Dodson back in the amateurs. I don't know why he didn't make it. He started biting people. Right. Agent Dodson was also known as Agent Carew. And I think he boxed in the Olympics for Guyana, right? Or something like that. And he was known to be a violent puncher, a good fighter. But one of the most interesting things is that after Lloyd Hunnigan fight, yeah, he went after him and he attacked him with a hammer. Do you remember that? He attacked him with a hammer. It's crazy, brother. It's nuts. He attacked him with a hammer. I don't know, man. Dodson was a talented guy that just sometimes you get these guys that are meant to make it and they don't. Whether it's because of their preparation, you know, whether it's because of their preparation and, you know, their hard work or drugs or drink. I don't know. Milan, big up Chubby, back in with the life of the fans. You know I love the fans, brother. Without the fans, there's no channel. Inversion, I'm off my address before having super chat. Seriously, bro. Oh, man, I can't believe how they try and get everyone's notice. It was the same with Cash Out with me. Right? I still got my boy Sly T. My boy. Who takes more of a cut? YouTube or buy me a coffee? Answer is YouTube. But thank you, firstly, of course, for the slightly Masonic 333. But YouTube take 30%. Buy me a coffee, I think, takes about 12%. But it takes a lot more time to get the money out. But listen, man, I'm grateful for anything, man. I'm grateful for anything. Antoine Dobson. Who's Antoine Dobson, bro? Glad we awarded the fans. We warned the fans about the Rotherham Copper BKM. It's one of the most creepy things on YouTube. Why is a policeman, a Fed, right, suddenly controlling a YouTuber, aka, in other words, Time Booth, right? And why has he got such a massive channel? If you look at his videos, it's quite weird. He's like not making too many views, and suddenly, boom, he's huge. There's something very crooked going on. It's very creepy. His tiny videos garbage with horrible narration. Well, he's very fruity, isn't he? Hi, speak at Armenia. Huh? You know, I don't know, brother. BKM is skits. Did a lot of shout with shorts now. There's something very odd going on. Very odd. And listen, it makes you question, and it should question everything, you know? Why are YouTube involved in this? Why are they allowing a channel like that to be so big? Mate, I'm not worried for myself, but I'm always concerned about saying too much about it in case I get zapped, and I mean zapped many times, man. Umar beats women. Well, Time Booth, I don't know if it's still up, whether it was a live, because Time deleted all his lives, which is very bizarre, right? Did Umar beat women? Well, so he had this girlfriend called Laura Deacon, who was a pretty white girl, a nice white girl. She met Umar in a club in Clapham, right? And she apparently got pregnant, and he forced her into an abortion. I don't agree with abortion, by the way. If you're gonna fuck, take the consequences. But and then he slapped her around. That's what Tyne said. Now Umar is being booted out of TFL. Sorry, excuse me, IFL. And then there must be something weird going on, brother. Remember Trojan Police? Yep, boxing club, Brentford, of course, Harsden, another police club gone. Why are police involved? Well, they're involved in most clubs. They're involved in most clubs. Check it out. Because they're corrupt, because they want their ear to the ground and find out about, criminality and they're all corrupt, brother. Who's the low IQ Triple D or Triple? Triple R's a complete bum. He's a moron. Triple D is simpleton, man. And he probably wants to be in Granada picking fruit off trees. But there's some likability about Triple D. There's some likability about Triple D. You got to be honest with you. I mean, you can't dislike him because he's simple. He's not aggressive. He's like Big Lenny, in Mice and Men, the black version. But there's something very likable about Daniel. And he's been pumped full of drugs to be a boxer. I can't hate on him. Did you thank Turkey for turkey? Yes. Thank you to Its Excellency Turkey Al Sheikh for giving the chubby some turkey. This channel would not exist without Turkey Al Sheikh. By the way, has anyone checked out his Instagram? It's funny, man. It's kind of funny, man. Abortion is murder. I actually agree. All I'll say is this, right? If you've ever watched what happens in an abortion, if you've ever watched a graphic video of what happens, and they'll say, oh, it's only cells. No, really? Well, we're all only cells. You watch a video of an abortion, it's horrifying, man. It's horrifying. They pull a child apart through the canal. The child fights, it screams, it's got arms, it's got legs. It's one of the most upsetting things I've ever seen, right? And I'm serious, this is horrifying how abortion is presented as, oh, it's nothing, it's just getting rid of cells. I would urge everyone, however upsetting it is, to watch it. Did Tyne have to give up his batty? Metaphorically, certainly. I don't know. Tyne's dad was 17, rumped his mother was 30. I know Tyne has, family issues, I mean, we've all got a lot of dysfunctionality in families, so. Tyne's drug dealer father raped or groomed Tyne's mother when she was 30, he was 17. Did he say that, man? I mean, wow. Andrei Rudenko. Dubon's dad is a millionaire, is he? I think he's of above average intelligence. What happened to his kids? Sometimes you get, random occurrences. So you got Daniel Dubon, and he's a low IQ, but he's huge. Although obviously he's been fed full of HGH. Like I said, I can't hate Daniel Dubon. I think he's been used by people. His dad, Bricktop, and I think he doesn't show any nastiness, he said that thing about Joe Joyce. Oh, I'm glad your mother is blind, so she won't be upset when I see what I do to her son, or whatever he said. Now, that wasn't Daniel. That you see Bricktop fed him that line, man. So yeah, I'm not a hater of Dubon. Abortion's saturnless. Sacrificing a child right for self-pleasure afterwards. Inverted mother. The baby gets removed one limb at a time and moves away before getting. It's horrifying. It is truly horrifying. I was already against it. When I seen it, I'm like, this is murder. It's sickness. The child cries. It screams. And they pull the legs off. I'm very upset even talking about this because it's horrifying, right? And people say, "Oh, well, what happens if someone has been raped and they end up made pregnant and they're underage?" And listen, something crazy like 99.5% of abortions are just women who got pregnant by mistake, all right? And there's so few of these situations that people talk about. I've never seen anything as horrifying. I was crying. I was shook, So. Dubon was super skinny back in the day. Well, I like Gay J until he was pumped full of drugs. Both of them have such huge lesions on their knuckles and their knees and their hands. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Andre, do you know why Frank put George? Oh, you're talking about Warren. Why Frank put George in charge instead of France, even though he's old? No. Although I have heard chat about Yale abuse. That's all I'll say. I've heard chat, but I can't confirm for sure, man. All those shows in the ensemble, yeah. But I don't know how people could look at themselves in the mirror after doing that. Man. I mean, how can you, as a woman who naturally should be is nurturing her own children, get a child ripped out from her womb and it's screaming? I don't want to talk about this anymore. I genuinely, it really upsets me, man. To be frank, it's awful, man. My boy Sly Teen, what's up, brother? Chubby ain't gonna be boxing with his boxing career's up. Yeah, you better make the most money you can because he ain't gonna be no commentator. Nor is Big Joe Joyce, but imagine having the commentary team of Joe Joyce and David Dubon. It would be funny, man. Actually, to be honest, I enjoy it. MJ Styles, what's up, brother? What are your thoughts on Gay J being super duper magnificent and batty? 100%. Listen, just look at this. Have you ever known a guy who's a multimillionaire, hundreds of millions, who's an athlete, who's got this huge muscular body? Some people say he's good looking. I don't buy that. But what? And this guy never is with any woman. He's only with men. Everyone knows his lover was AKA Skins. And then he went on to Bend Behind Me, Honey. And he's a bottom. That's why. Larry, I don't think we live in God's world anymore, to be fair. Well, technically, if you read the Bible, the earth is the devil's world. It will be overcome, but we're absolutely not living in God's world. It's well known. This is why it's so sick. Brother. Any boxing managers to look forward to beside Fury Usyk in February? Great question. Obviously, my first one is Fury Usyk, if it happens. What else is lined up? I can't think off the top of my head, man. I like to see Optaya B's, what's it called? I don't want to see him fight Bivol. I think Bivol he's like 25 pounds less, and I'd rather see Optaya clean up, right? The cruiserweight division, including who's the hugging guy, Okoli, and CBS. I like CBS, but he'll get destroyed. And React Poor. I like to see Optaya smash the cruiserweights. In a way, show the shades of Angela Real this one. You don't talk about Angela Real, she's like a troll account, right? That always puts on philosophical questions. I don't know about that, man. Luke, everyone cares about the unborn. And when they're born, they're on their own doing their bird behind the door. I don't know really what you mean by that. But once a baby's conceived, and especially once it's formed, ripping it apart is wrong. Many women lust over gay J. It's nuts. If you're straight, it'd be so many women's like not count right. Right. Listen, man. You know, in the history of the world, especially before social media, all these guys, George Best, James Hunt, all these guys, there were hundreds, thousands of women. And then you got Gay J, and all he does is hang around with muscular black guys, except Ben Heine. You know? Nick Cannon, yeah, I get it, bro. MJ, so I have an unhealthy obsession with fish and chips. What do you mean? You really like it? I think it's okay. I don't think it's the greatest thing in the world, you know? It's like, you know, you get these big soggy chips and you pour vinegar all over it. It's nice, but I don't sit there going, this is gourmet, brother. Breaking news, Frank Winner killed in a head-on collision with a Christy Banks line. Obviously, I assume that's a joke. Can I say if Patel be ever interesting? Definitely. I think Callum has a half-decent chance. Batavia's 39. Callum's tall. He can box. He has power. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, if I had to choose, put my life in it and put it on Batavia, but he certainly has a chance. Or then it was Hey banging Dizzy Russell. Yeah, there's a picture of David Gay, who's, by the way, already admitted that he's bisexual. He's had affairs with Chisora, and Dizzy Rascal turned up in his house. There's some very weird, sickening stuff there. David Gay is a degenerate. Triple B, your thoughts on shock video? Why do they exist? Is it for shock value, or is it for a morbid sense of curiosity? My boy Kindale Clark loves asking deep questions. It's, well, the funny thing is they stopped all these channels like Gore.com, BestGore.com, Live Leak, which used to show some sickening stuff. So it kind of got censored, and they are moving towards censorship of the internet, not because they care about you, because they don't want you to read certain things. So I think the whole Gore thing, the shot thing, which by the way is very damaging, and I don't think people, especially young people, should see that. But they will use that as an excuse to censor the internet, man. Bivol's a small light heavyweight, yeah, and Optaya is 25 pounds heavier, man. Bum Bruno, I agree, he's an utter bum. Oh, this is a good question. Inversion. Did Gay J get his kid by surrogacy? Well, you got to remember, right? When and the problem is they delete all the articles. But you remember when Gay J got this stripper pregnant, he was saying, it's impossible. There's no way on earth that's my child. He refused to pay for the child. The woman was living in a bed sit, right? Which makes you think, well, he's kind of knows that he could have been impregnated her. So was it born by surrogacy? The elite want you to have children so that you are vulnerable now. And this is when they'll whack them like Mike Tyson's child, Stallone's child, you know. Suicide cases have risen with the rise of power of the internet. I don't believe it's because of the power that I think it's because children are being forced with psychologically unsound theories, lifestyles, pesticides, chemicals in food. That's what I think is about. Liam and change. Yes, should be my bedtime. I don't know why you got that fruity stuff going on. Well, you know I ain't like this, man. Yeah, Liam with his zest. There's no zestiness on Chubby channel. Alex Feather, the worst thing with the internet is that the young impressionable children can come across the wrong people. Back in the day, it wasn't as easy to come across impressionable people. Well, it's not just people; it's material, right? So I come from a different generation before the internet. I mean, when the internet became big, I mean, what 2000 and even 2002, it wasn't that big. You had to be at home. You had to dial in. No one had what are they called? Those, you know, like smartphones. But when I was young, you know, when I was 11, I was exposed to pornography. You know, hardcore, not hardcore. I don't mean penetration, but I was exposed to things I shouldn't have been exposed to. It hypersexualized me, and I saw hardcore pornography when I was like 14, 13. So this stuff has existed, but now it's I know friends that have children that have who are 6, 7, 8 who viewed hardcore stuff on the internet. This cannot be good, man. Cannot be good. Inversion, surrogacy. My boy Inversion is. I've got much love, and he is a moral guy. Surrogacy is demonic. Yeah, literally taking the baby away from the mother with two men, treating them as accessories. Also notice how couples adopt, get surrogate sons, not daughters. Yes, and also there are plenty of stories about the abuse. Yeah, it's horrifying. Pierce says modernity is hell and unnatural in every aspect. That's why men are killing themselves. Well, the suicide rates are up hugely, and yet we are living in the most comfortable of times, you know, without war, without starvation. There's no rhetorical question what should be, but generally, but you'd be like, why is this? Why is this? As I said, unnatural social situations, unnatural psychological lifestyles being pushed on you, pesticides, chemicals, and there's stuff I can't say because YouTube, but yeah, and there's worse than that, man. Certain communities have a enormous rate of noncery. Larry, there's a war going on now. You don't see it because of psychological war in your mind. Exactly. Right. Precisely. It is a war. And there are many philosophers who've said it years ago. I mean, I'm talking like 100, 200 years ago. The next war will be on our minds. It'll be a media war. It won't be a physical war. They're trying to normalize noncery. Oh, 100%.
Easy times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Prepare accordingly. I'm not. I understand that philosophy, about weak men and all that, but I just when it comes to the nonsense that's being pushed, that's not linked to that, in my opinion. It's just part of the agenda, and it's sickening, man. Look at the articles that appear saying, "Oh, nonsense, it shouldn't be a crime; it should be a disorder." I mean, you see this stuff getting normalized. The government is admitting, well, the government are nothing more than puppets for the big guys, the elitists, the agenda. The media also owned. There's only two. You get your news from Reuters. It doesn't matter whether you read the Guardian, the Star, the Daily Sport. You get your news from two agencies, Reuters, Associated Press, who are both owned by global bankers. So what do you know about that, man? I've been taking a herb called milk thistle. Gets toxin out of it, right? Great for training weight loss. Yeah, there's a lot of. Do you know there's a guy who had I can't remember his name, and he had a formula to cure people of cancer. And I know someone who followed that formula. Someone who was diagnosed with terminal cancer at the age of 35, and they said, "Well, we could give you got a year, but we give you a year and a half with therapy, with chemo and that." And she was like, "No, man, I don't want to be tired. I want to see my kids." And she looked into different dietary ways, talking about alkalinity and stuff like that. And she is cured years ago, and she's the youngest looking 50-year-old I know. And there's the program that she followed was by a guy, and he got put in prison. Why did he get put in prison? Because they said, "Well, you're claiming you've got a solution to cancer, and the FDA does not approve. The FDA says this is not classified and accepted by the FDA, so you're going to prison." It's insane, man. Well, the elitists, the House of Lords, no. They're higher than that, man. They're talking about the elite, the top bankers, top corporations. Right, I'm gonna stop soon, because I've really enjoyed it. It's quite heavy, and I really enjoyed it. Let's do another to 15 minutes. Hunter Biden needs to be in prison. Yeah, surely, but it's very rare for the elitists. They're so protected by money, by the fact their friends are in high positions, right? By the fact that their lawyers are the best, that they don't fear prison. They don't get it. How many politicians who've done wrong, including guys like Tony Blair, who's admitted that he falsified documents on WMD and so on. How many of them have gone to prison? What about Bill Clinton? How many times has he gone to an island? What's happened? Nothing's happened. Of course it doesn't. Oh, my boy Looney Bin, give me £1. Thank you, brother. It's great to see you. I hope you're well, bro. God bless you. Give me some info, brother. Michael, boxing, back to boxing. Okay. I mean, it can get heavy here, but it's good to have boxing. Sonny can move up and be a champ again. I believe Sonny can be a champ again. Does it involve moving up? He even said he might move down to light flyer, which I think is silly. The main problem is to make a lot of money, and boxing is a dangerous career. So you need to make a short career. You need to make as much money as you can. You need to find a big name opponent. So who would that be? No one knows anybody in the light divisions. They knew Bam Rodriguez, but mainly because he was so successful and he was pushed. Who else is there? Prince Patel. My boy Prince Patel, for example, would be something that could be pushed. We need to find. I mean, if I don't even know who the top boys are. Sonny's weight, but you got Sonny Edwards vs. Velasquez or something. We're like, well, I don't know who he is, so no one cares. Rodriguez, yes, they did because he was a pound for pound fighter, but we need to get Sonny needs to find a big rival, if that makes sense, man. Yes, Boxing Classics HQ. What are you saying, blood? My boy from Oz, am I right? Should be. You see that Russia big nail shit they bombed? Huh? They really need to keep raising the stakes. They keep going further, going to get scary. I don't believe anything in the mainstream media, or at least it's distorted. Notice they've been saying this for years. I'm surprised it never happened. They've been talking about how dangerous Iran is for years. So, and they've almost stopped talking about Ukraine. It's nuts, isn't it? It's like Team Blair's a batsman. Blair, he went to Cambridge, Oxford, right? He used to have a band, and he used to have a personality. It had a woman's name. I can't remember, Dorothy or something. And he was caught in I mean, some people have actually found the court documents. He was caught in toilets performing disgustingness on other men. Yeah, 100%. I think they have to. Should be from getting choked. Oh, come on, bro. I don't want to be too disgusting, man. Come on, man. I don't like to answer these kind of questions. Blair's secret child, Jacob, the Red Shield. Very possible. Should be. What'd you do if he was locked away with an Indian? Come on, brother. I don't block you or anything, but just ask serious questions. Don't ask disgusting questions, man. Yeah. Sonny lost because Chuck B didn't do no videos. Do no videos, blood. I give Sonny credit. As I said, he came on the show. Yeah, he tried to dox me and he tried to rinse me, and he thought he was like, on top of the world. But he showed guts. Yeah, he was trying to bribe me, but he did talk to me on Twitter and said, "Yeah, I'll come on the channel again. When I come back from Saudi." So I give him credit. To be honest, you don't have to agree with everything Sonny says or does, but he has some guts, man. Yeah, they probably hate Pacquiao as well, didn't they? Oh, he's gonna make me some rice noodles. Sonny would destroy Patel easy. Patel is bigger, right? Sonny's skilled, but Patel is 5'8" and he's a bantamweight. So I actually think it'd be a good match, to be honest with you. Pierce Brosnan. I started at Prime Minister and worked my way up. Wow, Tony Blair Davis. Wow, that's a great quote if it's correct. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. I told you to stop saying sick shit. Of course not, you idiot, man. I wouldn't do anything disgusting for money. Bang, David. Did you see what Sissy could match? Right, check this out, right? What's his name? Joey Gamache, right? He was an ex-world champion, 2 weights. He wasn't that good. Gatti earned him out. And he took the New York Commission, I think, right? To a legal case. They paid him out because Gatti weighed like 16 pounds more. But he's Otto the Orgilla Wallin and Joe Ward's trainer. Go and look at his Instagram. It's extremely creepy. What he does is talk about his wife, Sissy, who apparently is a super artist. She's rubbish. And he's sitting there with like toys with big eyes called Pinky. Going, this is me, Sissy, and Pinky are going on holiday together. It's very bizarre, man. Prince Patel's a good boxer. I believe he's a good boxer, and he's only got 1 loss, 1 draw, and he's stopped a lot of guys. He's game.
He's got guts. He's got charisma. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of black muscles downplay it anyway. Well, they downplay most of the other races, but especially white and Asian, you know. Whatever, man. The people are allowed to say what they want. I don't get too upset about that, you know. People can say what they want, you know. But, you know, if it comes back on you, you know, if you're going to get egg on your face, like Fulton, you'll get egg on your face, man. Comanche got backed by a Russian as well. Fake world title. Yeah, he won Joey Gabash won 2 world titles, but I don't know he defended any of them. Who beat him up? Oh, the Russian. I know who you're talking about, but I forget his name. But yeah, Gatti flattened him, man. I mean, it was very ugly. You can see it on YouTube, man. I think it messed his head up, man. Because the way he talks about his wife and stuff, sissy. If you want to see a sip, go look at Joey Gamache, his Instagram. You know, I don't think he's the only one. Russian with a moustache years ago. Yeah, he was quite Asiatic looking, wasn't he? What's his name, man? Come on, someone's got to come up with his name. Who beat Joey Gamache? I can look on my phone, but I want someone to come out from their brain. And just, I refuse for 1 billion, of course. Imagine the world in the afterlife are rejecting sinning for an absurd amount of money. Strife being holy, desire heaven instead of money. Don't get me wrong. Money can help, you know, get you out of debt, pay bills, you know, keep you comfortable. But this sickening pursuit of money, you're worshipping mammon. You're worshipping mammon. You're worshipping a goal you will never reach, and it's an ugly one, you know. Okay, 5 minutes, brothers. 5 minutes, brothers. If anybody wants to give us a super chat, where's my thing? Hello, you want to give super chats? Hello. What else have I got here? Where's Sonny? You're not doing no videos tonight. You're not doing no videos tonight. I like Sonny. I don't like to be too mean. You're not doing no videos tonight. Alex, fellas laughing. I love to make the fans laugh. That's why I live, brother. Yeah. I still can't think of this Russian with the moustache. Oh, Yuri Abachikov? Was it Yuri Abachikov? I've got to look now. If the fans can come up with it quickly, come up with it. But I have to, I've got to look, man. Okay. Is anyone going to come up with the Russian who beat Joey Gamache? His name is... I was wrong. I remember him. Uzbek Nazarov. He had a tash. So whoever said he had a tash, Michael Maloney, he definitely had a tash. But yeah, I remember he was really strong. There's a few Russian guys that are really strong. Nazarov, Bigamachi, yeah, absolutely. Well done, brother. Yeah, Chavez did as well. No disgrace in that. But should I give up my address before Super Chat? Do you have to? I mean, I don't know. It upsets me that people are looking. Excuse me. These companies are demanding your details. It's up to you, brother. I don't know, bro. There was a few Russians that turned pro around the same time. They didn't do that well. There was Yuri Abachkov, who's good, or Zubek Nazarov. There was Yuri Valin, who was like a heavyweight, stroke cruiserweight. Tommy Morrison knocked him out. Joey Gamache has posted 2 absolute cringe posts about Sissy. That's his wife. Claims she didn't have to get pregnant. And now they've got their piggies. Oh, yeah.
I've got to have a look at this, man. I've got to have some look at this. Like, he puts up these. It's so bizarre. I'm not hating on him. I remember the guy, you know, and he was from Maine, and they don't produce a lot of big champions, right? But he puts up these bizarre photos of him with toys and saying, let's see, man, and saying like, oh, we're going on holiday with Pinky. Yeah, he's obsessed with his wife, which is just bizarre. Bizarre. Look, let me show you this, right? Hang on, look. This is Pinky, and we're going to Costa Rica with Pinky. I mean, it's bizarre. Christ is King. God bless you. Yeah. What are your thoughts on MMA? I enjoy it to an extent, and I think in the UFC has a lot more fair fights. On the other hand, they're the promoters and the world body, which is not allowed in boxing due to the Muhammad Ali Act. So it's very much easier to make the big fights. They buy them both. I believe the fighters are underpaid. I love the stand-up stuff. I don't like you got two men sweating, and one of them maybe has got the batty in their nose. That's not for me, man. We don't do that in the hood. How did religion come out? How did religion come from? Because there has to be a creator. Main boxers are like all Midwest. Yeah, because they're not. They're not densely populated, and it's not a big thing, but it came from the for solutions to societal problems. What religion? I mean, religion itself is a hard thing to define. But if anyone is stupid enough to believe in evolution, that how complex we are, that we all came from mud, that happened to be the right distance away from the sun, and it was a bunch of mud, and before you know it, mud became an amoeba, and then amoeba became a very basic animal, and before you know it, we got, come on, man, it's so ridiculous. Bang Daddy, Joey Gamache just posted a sissy loves Prince, but come on, bro. I don't take too literally. We came from Earth. That's what it means. Whatever, man. I believe there has to be a creator. It's so ridiculous. Even Darwin, who's if you like, the inventor, right, of evolution, he was also in the secret society. He said, "This nonsense. There's a creator." Right. Yeah, of course it's fake, man. It's so ridiculous. If you look at it, people just accept it because they're taught, and they believe what they're taught. They believe if what you're taught in school and what's written in a book is correct. I mean, it's nonsense, man. I mean, it's so ridiculous. There are trillions upon trillions upon trillions of random events that would have to happen. Think how sophisticated people are with their brains, and loads of stuff that makes no sense. So why do things like diabetes still exist? Surely diabetes, cancer, these kind of things should have been wiped out by evolution. Well, no. And why do we develop the ability to philosophize, to do music? It makes no sense from an evolution perspective. It's nonsense, man. And why would something start from nothing? Listen, I'm telling you here, if anyone believes in evolution, they believe in something so unlikely as to be ridiculous. Right, I'm going to finish. I'll finish very soon. So let's have a few more questions. Let's have boxing. Let's finish on some boxing, man. Let's finish on a boxing question. Let's have a boxing question. I was hoping that Prince Patel would come on here. He didn't. He's got a channel, right? I think it's called Prince Patel TV. So I was hoping he'd come on, or but he didn't, and that's a shame. I'll try to hopefully get him to come on. I mean, chatting to him. But let's have one more boxing question, then we finish up. How about that? One more boxing question, then we finish up. Will Jared Anderson be the next great American? The question is, would he be the American hope, or would he be any good? I think Richard Torres is the big American hope. He has a great backstory. It's a bit weird. He does all this ballet, but he's likable. He's quite violent. He's aggressive. I don't think he'll go that far. And I'm sick of hearing, oh, there's only one reason that American heavyweights are not doing well because they all go to the NFL or the NBA. I mean, the NBA and the NFL has existed for hundreds of, for years, right? During the 70s, during the whatever, the 20s. What's happened is the rest of the world has caught up. That's all it is, man. It's nonsense, man. Anderson didn't impress me, but Jones believes in him. But they had that pathetic thing when Anderson's crying, going, "Oh, why did they choose me? Why did you?" Jones is just bum. Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer. So they're more comfortable killing people because of atheism and evolution. Since humans are apparently animals, they wouldn't be held accountable by God. Yeah, and Dahmer actually became a Christian before he got killed. His AKA skid on the comeback. I think he still wants Gay J, and I think Gay J still wants him. But there's been so much difficult water that's come on the bridge. I reckon Zhang becomes undisputed. I do reckon Zhang is overrated. By that I mean he's had a couple of great results, and he was always a good fighter. But we need to get him. I want him to get a title shot. I'm a big Zhang fan. Yes, that's correct. I reckon Zhang's overrated as well. I mean, we're only as good as boxing as our last result, right? But Zhang has also struggled in previous results. Zhang vs. Usich would be a great fight. We've got to see if Usich fights Fury. He does the basic sport and has decent power, but everyone forgets how he gasses. Exactly. He gasses very hard. He's got speed. He's a southpaw. He's violent, but he gasses. He really gasses. If he gasses at the top level, he's finished. Can't see how he'd beat Fury, Gage. No, I think he'd destroy Gage. Destroy Gage. What happened to Beyonce Wilder? He took ayahuasca. He's too old. He's finished. He was never that good, Didn't Zhang chill out? Yes. He's done some secret society stuff. He lives in New Jersey. He doesn't live in China either, which is interesting. All right, guys, we're going to finish up. I got much love for my fans. Merry Christmas. Happy Boxing Day. All right. I've got to say thank you for Health is Wealth. 499. Health is Wealth has been very generous. My boy Shane Bogdan's very generous. Michael Maloney, very generous. Once gave me £100. The Black Caller. Follow the Black Caller's channel. My boy's funny. Sly Teen is Shane Bogdan's pal. Yeah, my boy. So, yeah, much love. Looney Bin, £1. Thank you, guys. I give all my love, no homo. Oh, K. Alexander, even trouble. You're a bit late, brother. You used to be always there early, but you're a bit late, brother. I'm finishing up now. I will talk about Zhang. He's lazy against Hrgovic. I think he beat Hrgovic, but if anyone else was in there, they'd chin him. He was plodding. Zhang has a problem with stamina. Right, we're stopping that. Wilder lit the toad and hooked up with a slapper. Yeah, Zhang seemed good stamina-wise until his last fight. In his last fight, it only lasted 3 rounds, brother. Michael Maloney, thanks. Right, I'm finishing up. Much love to my friends, to me fans, me pals. God bless you all. Merry Christmas. I'll speak to you guys soon. I'll be doing some, I'll be doing some more videos. And thank you so much for all the super chat love. Peace in the Middle East.